Chapter 2 was all about data transmission. That was what we covered in chapter 2. So we covered, first of all, we covered how data is transmitted, where we discussed about the structure of a data packet, right? We discussed the structure of a data packet. Then we also discussed about error detecting methods, and we also discussed about encryption. Now we want to start a new chapter, which is hardware, right? This is what we want to do today. Welcome to my channel, Kodai Entertainment TV, where we focus on computer science, ICT, and mathematics. Today we want to look at a new chapter. We are starting a new chapter, which is chapter 3, hardware, right? Or let me just say a new chapter on hardware, because these textbooks that we use, they might be structured differently, right? You might see another textbook which was used in the previous syllabus, the one that we were using before this one that is expiring in 2025. So this is all about hardware. So the first chapter in the hardware chapter is all about the role of the CPU, the role of the CPU. So CPU simply refers to a component that is embedded on the motherboard. So it's a component within your motherboard, right? So this is embedded on the motherboard, and it acts as the brains of the computer, right? It acts as the brains of the computer. Everything that you can think of, anything that you do on your computer has to go through the central processing unit. And remember, the CPU does not refer to that metal box, right? That metal box that houses the motherboard. That's not the CPU. This term usually is used wrongly, because we simply refer to that metal box as the CPU, but that's not the CPU. A CPU is actually a chip, right, that is embedded on the motherboard, and the motherboard is housed in that metal box. So that metal box is referred to as the system unit. So the roles of the CPU, which is the central processing unit. So the central processing unit is simply there to make sure that all the processes that happens within the computer are controlled, right? They are controlled by the central processing unit. So that is So we have other devices that we use in our day-to-day lives. Like, for example, we use washing machines, we use microwaves, and other devices. So these devices, they use what we refer to as microprocessors. They use microprocessors. So the difference between a CPU and a microprocessor is that a CPU has got the capability of performing thousands, if not millions or billions of instructions, right? That is a CPU. Unlike a microprocessor can work just like a CPU, but however, it performs less functions as compared to the central processing unit. So those are the two, that's the microprocessor. So what a microprocessor does, usually, let's say for example, in a microwave, right? So it's just a system that was designed to heat, it can be food, there can be liquids, solids, and so forth, to heat them to a certain temperature depending on the minutes that you have set on the microwave. So that is a microwave. And then a washing machine, usually it is designed to wash the clothes for a certain set amount of time, and then it can also rinse those clothes to a certain stage, and then after that you remove your clothes. You just have to put them on the line just for a few minutes. That's what a microprocessor does. So a microprocessor is built into a system that is designed to perform a specific function, and in this case, this particular item that is designed to perform a specific task is referred to as an embedded system, right? So in all embedded systems, there are microprocessors, right, that are used to carry out those functions. It can be an automated system or so forth. It uses a microprocessor. So when an instruction is processed by the central processing unit, and then you get your results. Either maybe you are typing a document and then you are seeing all these characters that you are punching on your keyboard being displayed on the screen, and then maybe afterwards you need to print the file and so forth. That is referred to as completing a fetch, decode, execute cycle, right? A fetch, decode, execute cycle. So in the next video, we are going to discuss about each and every stage of that fetch, decode, execute cycle. So it's just a simple phase that is used, or that describes how an instruction is fetched up until it is processed. So it's a cycle. There's a fetch stage, the decode stage, and then the execute stage. So we are going to look at that in depth. So the number of cores that a computer has determines the number of instructions that it can be able to fetch, decode, and execute. So that is the FDE cycle, or the fetch, decode, execute cycle. So at the fetch stage, this is where instructions are fetched, right? This is where instructions are fetched from wherever they are originating from, right? It can be a print job, it's an instruction. It can be a key press, it's an instruction. So the instructions, they are fetched, and then when they are fetched, now they are sent to the second stage, which is decoding. So by decoding, we are simply converting these instructions into a machine readable language, which is binary, or we call it digital instructions, right? They are converted into digital, which are zeros and ones. Remember, a computer only understands zeros and ones. So this is done using an instruction set, the decode stage. So on a fetch stage, there are so many things, or many procedures and stages that are supposed to be followed. You are going to understand that in the next video. And then the last stage is the execute stage. After the instruction has been decoded, right? Remember, we said it is fetched and then decoded, and then after being decoded, it is now executed. So by executing, now the instruction is now in a language that the computer is able to understand. So therefore, it will now work on that instruction. So that is the execution stage. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, share my videos. You can also contact me using the number appearing on your screen. Also follow me on my social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, using the links provided in the video description below. You can also support my channel on Facebook by donating stars. So if you go to Facebook, if you search Kudakwate Chikwaya, or you can just use the links that I've provided in the video description below, you can promote my channel. You can by donating stars, so that I'll be able to continue making more and more videos. You can as well donate to this channel using an EFT. The details for the EFT are provided on the screen. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.